Can you hear me? I hope this reaches you. This city is falling apart.
Today, guys, we're going to be talking about Lies of P. This is a game that I played a little bit of when the demo first dropped, and then I kind of just let it go for a little while and recently returned. I was having a little bit of trouble with the Puppet Master boss back when I first tried it out, and so I kind of just took a break from it and came back later. Overall, Lies of P is a game that is very similar to something like Bloodborne. It has this gothic, old school, old-timey kind of feel, like a Victorian era type thing going, except it does have its own totally unique story based upon the original public domain story of Pinocchio. Essentially, you are a puppet created by Gipetto in order to go out and, do his bidding. It seems, though, that there are a bunch of other puppets that have all turned on each other and Gipetto and now do infighting as well as try to kill you and kill the various people at the top. Overall, you run into a bunch of these different guys as you go through each different level. Each different level has very much similar design to various FromSoft projects. Everything has various different shortcuts that you can open and has different passageways that you can get, such as like ladders and whatnot, to allow you to go back to certain spots much quicker from where you first laid down at. Now, usually there's like campfires or lamps in, say, Bloodborne. In this one, they have what's called a Stargazer. The Stargazer at first allows you to go ahead and upgrade your various levels, as well as you can use it as a storage. However, when you get to the main hub area of the game, aka the hotel, you find that now you have to use the girl there in order to upgrade your level, and now you can teleport to all the different Stargazers. This makes it really easy to traverse the map to different locations or go back to different points that you want to go ahead and try to farm at. I think that the farming aspect doesn't even feel that too intense here because generally speaking they give you a good amount of points, and also each area has different kind of pathways that you can run through in order to maximize the time and amount of fragments, ergo fragments, that you get. Overall, I think that the upgrading is not 100% necessary. I think that for the most part you can actually get away with playing on pretty minimal amounts of skill point upgrades. For the most part, it makes it far easier. However, I do like the ability to add in certain amounts of difficulty based on whether or not you do upgrade those levels. There are a couple of weapon options so far that I've noticed as well. There is a rapier as well as another sword, and then kind of like this bigger long sword. Each of them have their own unique advantages. For example, the rapier hits quite quickly and also makes you kind of dash backward afterwards, which allows you to kind of move out of the way of certain hits. However, it doesn't do nearly as much damage. There's that middle sword that I kind of mentioned that's in between a heavier sword and the rapier that allows you for a little bit of a dynamic boost of both. And then on top of that, you have the heavy sword, which blocks much more damage, for example, but swings a lot slower, although it does do a lot more damage. Each of these things also have certain weapon Fable Art type things that you can do, where basically if you press Y or press a combination of buttons, it does a special attack that does a lot of damage. You also have a prosthetic arm similar to in Sekiro, where basically you can upgrade your arm to various different things and trade them out at your Stargazer. This allows for different varieties in gameplay as well, meaning that you can really change up how you play throughout the entire thing. I find that the characters are pretty fun, although I think that that is the most bare bones part. None of the characters do seem to actually have much of a background that I can tell right now, and all of it does just seem very similar to the original story, except put in some hellish, nightmarish landscape where there's an apocalypse of puppets. I think that the entire thing is exceedingly fun, and I do like, again, the difficulty. The boss, for example, that I tried to fight, the Puppet Master, killed me a bunch of times until finally I came back with a different weapon and was able to just take him out on my fucking second try. It was far easier than I had remembered, and part of it was probably because I came back to it with a new play style, and I think that that's always cool when games basically have ways that you can get past them super easily as long as you're constantly trying new things, or you can take your traditional route and go through it the difficult way. There are apparently 4 bosses in this demo. I've only made it through the one, and I don't know how long the overall game will be, but I'm definitely excited for it to drop in its entirety, and will be playing it when it comes out. So far, this is a 3.5 out of 4 stars. I can't give it a 4 out of 4 because it's not wholly original, but I do like the mechanics, the various aspects of, you know, everything, like the arm to the way that you can do these like special arts on your weapons and all that. And I like how it kind of feels like it mixed pieces of Sekiro with Bloodborne. What do you guys think, though? Have you played Lies of P? Do you think it was good or bad? Let me know in the comments down below. Besides that, you can follow us on Twitter and Instagram. That'll pop up during the outro, and the rest of our links are down in the description too. We have gaming sessions here for gaming content, movie and smoking sessions for movie content, CrazyRocky for variety content, and the Try Podcast for our podcast channel. All right, guys, I'll see you all in the next one.
I spaced out of my head to the depths of the universe. It's a spell or a chance just to open up a newer cry.